Make sure to subscribe for more of these countdowns and for more original content every week. The more support we get, the more we can do to entertain you. Hello everyone and welcome to USAirsoft. My name is Scott Slade Hollenbeck, and today we'll be taking a look at the highly requested return of PolarStar DMRs with this second episode. In the last episode we saw some amazing platforms from all around the globe, which began this frenzy to put out another edition. But this time, when opening the submission thread on the PolarStar Airsoft Owners Group, we were quickly bombarded with entries. Over 60 entries actually, but let's just see who stood out from all those entries and what was voted into this top 5. Kicking off the count at number 5, we have Max with his KWA KM14 SR10. Inside, a stock hop-up chamber with the modified batten hard flat hop holds a 400mm Orga 6.23 barrel with a red nozzle, while a Noveski 15-inch NSR rail with an NSR handstop kit, a Trinity Force 1x4 scope with a red dot, and real Magpul M-Bus flip-up sights give off its look. And the paracord rapid red paint details were all personally done by Max. In total, Max has spent about $1,100 into this build, but he doesn't regret it even one bit. Also, for the few that he meets, a 3-round burst setting has been added for cheaters only. This is definitely a nice lightweight setup that I see being the talk of the field when Max enters the game. But let's just see who else was eager to enter in for this countdown. With number 4. Taking this spot, Carsten has unveiled his ground up build that has changed in layout many times before. But at the moment, this rifle on the inside consists of a maple leaf nub, a Mad Bull 6.03 400mm inner barrel, a speed trigger setup, and a red line plate connect. But externally, the list of parts extends. The receiver itself is constructed of a GMP Skull Frog lower and a GMP Mur upper, and a PTS Bad selector switch. A Mad Bull A stock also sits in the back, while a Mad Bull Noveski rail, a Mad Bull Quicksilver silencer, a Mad Bull outer barrel, a Magpul MOE grip and a Magwell grip, an RS Magpul handstop, DD iron sights on offset rail mounts, and a Vision King 1.25 through 5x26 scope on an AM def mount ends the list. But as Carsten gets into the action as much as he can, he makes sure to bring along his PolarStar MP7 as he does shoot too hot for close engagements, as many other players really should do, as we have seen many times before how one shot that may just be just too close can cause easy arguments. But moving into number 3, we have someone I wasn't really expecting to submit. Tom from Airsoft Obsessed made a splash into the submission pool with this VFC 416 that stood apart from the rest. This rifle is purpose built to serve in a designated marksman's role, capable of delivering rapid, accurate, long-range fire in an outdoor mount environment. The rail is very lightweight, which helps to offset the weight added by some of the accessories that include a Magpul PTS MOE grip, a paracord sling loop, a Vism 1.1x4 short dot scope, a replica doctor sight on a 45-degree offset mount, a Ditac SMR 12-inch rail, a Magpul AFG, an Element M600 Scout light on a QD 45-degree offset mount, a pressure pad taped onto a Troy rail cover, a GMP D-Bell laser designator, and a replica AAC SPR Mach suppressor. But the mightiness of this VFC doesn't just stop there. Under the hood, a Pro Win chamber houses a Prometheus bucking with a flat hop nub. Behind a 363mm Orga 6.23 inner barrel, a lightning banjo, a low flow red poppet, and a red nozzle also help this build push out Tom's preferred Elite Force .32 gram BBs. Tom told me that he's really happy with how this build has turned out so far, although he does plan to add a few more elements like a speed trigger and a Cerakote Urban Gray paint job before he would consider it finalized, which will bump him over the $1,800 that he has already put into this rifle thus far. Due to the high velocity of this rifle, Tom typically carries a pistol as a backup for those close quarter engagements within his minimum engagement distances. But there's one more H&K build on this list, and it belongs to our runner-up that I believe I may have seen before, but I may be wrong. Presenting Jose's limited edition M27 IAR that's only one of 4 of his H&K setups. Now on the inside, Jose is running a Prometheus bucking, a Firefly flat hop nub, a Pro-In hop-up, a red nozzle, a red poppet valve, and an Orga 6.23 wide bore barrel, while externally ladder rail covers a Leapers bipod, a Matrix scope, a Magpul angle grip, an ICS foam-filled suppressor, and an AIM Sports 250 lumen strobe flashlight set up this IAR for any occasion Jose might face. Lately I've noticed more and more M27s turning into DMR platforms, which I remember was a laughable setup, but you can't say that they don't perform well in this layout and that they don't look just as good. However, Jose states that this rifle is quite heavy, so he will stay back with the Aero snipers on his team during games. But if this is the runner-up, then what topped this? Well, let's see what did, right after we show you what almost made the countdown. These are pieces that may submit to another countdown of ours, but may have missed this one due to many different reasons. But I'd still like to show off these builders' projects so you can debate where they would stand if they had made it to the countdown, as there are so many different builds you don't see of the 60 that were submitted. But make sure to show your love for all these builds in the comments below. But now, let's just check out what made it to the number 1 spot. Ironically, it's also the only non-M4 based piece on this countdown, which doesn't matter much to me. However, I do notice we receive a lot of comments to not allow any M4 based guns. Yeah, like that's fair. But anyway, Matt would be our taker of the number 1 spot with his M14 EBR. This would also be the first I've ever seen converted, and what a beauty it is. Inside this M14, a stainless steel Prometheus 6.03 500mm inner barrel and a shaved Prometheus purple bucking resides. The hop-up feed nozzle was also extended by Matt in order to get SEMA 180 round mid-caps to feed flawlessly. The paint job was also added to blend in with the wooded environment that Matt normally plays in. The scope is a 3x9x50mm and it is illuminated that helps him make videos for his YouTube channel, USAirsoft. The suppressor is a Spartan Doctrine LW suppressor that Matt rebuilt internally with high-density installation foam and used milk jug cutouts for baffles. This combo makes it almost completely silent, starting at 20 feet. Set at 380 feet per second, it is normally shot with 36 gram BBs at around 75 psi. Its selector switch, however, is set to safe, semi, and 3-round bursts, but normally stays on semi. As a whole, I see this as the kind of DMR that I would like to run myself, as I own a G&G M14 already, 2 to be exact. And since it's a bit of a long gun, I'd feel right at home with it, since I've kinda noticed that us Texas Airsofters normally run longer rifles than normal people. But this would just be one of the millions of amazing pieces out there in the airsoft world, but I hope you enjoyed this video and the builds that consisted of it. But make sure to leave any comments you may have on any of these rifles, and if you'd like to submit for our future Viewers Special Countdown where any USAirsoft viewer can become a part of our top 5s. That's right, any USAirsoft enjoyer can join with any airsoft piece, but keep an eye on our Facebook for more information, and we'll also announce when the submission poll opens right here on our YouTube channel. But until the next video drops, I'll be sure to see you all next time.